So let's start off with the basic. This map is very, very one-dimensional. Most of the time, 99% of the time, it's an A bomb site fight. That's basically the highlight of the map. Most people go towards A and they fight it out, okay? The key thing on this map is equipment. Very, very important. So let's start off with this kind of setup. So you're on the defensive side of things. You're going through, you've got two people sitting here, you're sitting here, your other team, we've got one team on the left, one team on the right, okay? So in my head straight away, I'm thinking there's a small problem, okay? The problem I have is you've got one teammate here. I'm assuming they're going to send 3 people here. I think at a minimum, it's going to be 3 people, okay? And what I'm seeing as a problem is you've got one person at B, 2 people watching middle. I think it's slightly overkill. To be honest, this guy's not doing much. You're kind of got a better angle than him. But now you've got an even bigger problem, okay? So I think what could have happened is to even avoid this in the first place is this player just needs backup, like simple as, because even though he loses this gunfight, right, realistically, he was not really in a good position because he was probably in a 1v3 and now he's dead. You guys are in a terrible spot. So it's just about preparing for the gunfight before you even get into it. Now you're in a terrible spot, okay? One thing I would say is you've got your equipment to work. If you're going to back off, I don't mind this play from you. I see what you're trying to do, get a different angle. So you're going to back off. I'm assuming you're trying to watch the top window. Is that right?
Yep.
Perfect. So I actually like this spot from you. Let's see what happens there. Let's kind of play it out and see how this one goes. So your teammate has just died. Is this through middle or B? Okay, so your teammate, okay, your teammate's all dead. So in this scenario, good shots from you, to be fair. That was good shots. I would expect them to watch that normally, but you made the most out of the situation. You got some good shots off. Really good shots off, to be honest. You get through, you get a 2-piece. I would like you to reload here.
Yeah, I didn't use my equipment. So right there,
Yeah.
I should have used my stun or my nade or something, just because I knew where he was.
Yeah.
Right. So I should have at least got that kill, then played time a little bit. I had plenty of time.
Yeah, I think
so I killed that guy as soon as he planted.
I think you got extremely fortunate to get the 2-piece, right? And as soon as you got that 2-piece, you actually made this from an impossible situation to a very clutchable situation. So first thing you should do here is reload. Second thing is you are in a scenario right now, okay, if we go back, where you are in such a bad spot in terms of your position because there's so many, not your fault, by the way, your teammates are all dead. So let's put them all out of the map, okay, because they're all dead. You've just killed 2 people on the bomb and you've actually just fried them both and you spotted the third run into the tunnel. So now you've got a bit of intel, but one thing you don't know, you have no clue where number 4 is, okay? Now, if I'm you in this spot, I'm thinking, right, shit, he could be on my left. He could be coming behind me. He could be in the bottom, the top window, anywhere, basically. So how can you watch 4 ways at once? Well, the answer is you can't. But there's one thing that can help you, and that is your 2 friends there, your stun and your nade, okay? So what I would love for you to do is right now is be like, right, at least if I eliminate 2 of the possible scenarios, it makes it slightly easier for me. So even if right now you chuck the stun grenade in this top window, that covers the whole window. So you know for the next 5 seconds, at least you're slightly safe from the top. Does that make sense? Even if you didn't want to use your nade, just using a stun grenade right now. Now, if you use a stun grenade and then challenge this guy, something like that, and definitely reload here. I think right now you might have just not realized, but the reloading is a massive factor, and you're centering, okay? So as soon as you realize this guy was on the left, so you see him go to the left, you're probably expecting that challenge, or you're hoping for that challenge. I think right now it's just about your centering. So as you go through, can you see what happens, right? This is the big problem that people have, but they don't realize, is when you're jumping around a corner, you don't actually realize, but your centering actually follows your aim. So it's quite weird to track it. And it's something you need to maybe practice on in a private game. Not you specifically, but just people. It's like when you go around a corner, look what happens to your centering. You don't realize, but look where you end up aiming in. Can you see it's nowhere near where you want it to be? And that's a massive problem. So again, not your fault, but I think right now what I probably would have preferred is to be a bit more mixy with your movement. So maybe go for that prone double jump we spoke about, chuck a stun, reload, just a few more small factors. And I think you might have got away with that one. Because even if you know, he didn't snipe you there, you actually would have lost a gunfight because look how many bullets you have left. You had 5 bullets, but I don't think you were going to get the kill there, to be honest with you, because it looked like you had to reload there. But I think fair play, you play that pretty well. So you're a platinum right now. You're going up against platinum and golds. So generally, you let's just go based on ranks. You have a higher rank than 2 of them, and you're the same rank as one of them, okay? So it's nothing crazy, nothing out of your reach. So I want to see you definitely perform well this lobby. I don't know what that guy's using, but yeah, fair play. You played that pretty well for the 2-piece. But can you see what I mean by the existing setup, how you guys were set up for failure at the start?
Yeah.
Perfect, cool. So again, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just going to give you my prediction, and if it happens, I'll look like a genius. If it doesn't, then I'll edit out the video. So I'm joking. So yeah, let's go through and see how this one works out. So okay, I like that you're using your equipment there. Good stun, kind of a good nade to push through. Okay, so you got dead silence. Let's see how this one works out. One thing I would say, just as a side note, is normally I do like having dead silence in Search and Destroy. If you're going to run the AR on this map, I think I would prefer a trophy system just as a different option, purely based on how many stuns and nades go over this side of the map, just as like an extra option to you. I think sometimes you could run a trophy if you wanted to, just because like just to help your team out a bit more. But I don't mind the dead silence, so I'm not complaining there, just as an alternative option. See what happens there. So what do you think of this so far?
It's good. I don't know where I got shot from. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have no idea where that guy was.
So what it looks like happened, I'm thinking, is he saw your diamond and he's shooting you through the wall. He's doing some crazy stuff. What I would have said, though, just if you're going to check this area, this is what I would have preferred you to do, okay? Is if you're going to approach that area, where are you? Let's say you're number one and you're going to approach this area. Where are your real danger zones? Where could they possibly be, do you think?
That top awning and then tunnel. Those are my number one danger zones. And I mean behind hedge too, but where I am, you can't really see me behind hedge.
So let's just say number 1 and number 4 are your potential danger zones, okay? Your teammates are sitting here, cool. What's the one thing we spoke about? How to watch multiple things at once is equipment, okay? So even if you chucked a stun and bounced it through tunnel, that would have cleared number 4, and that would have allowed you to peek a bit more. You see the difference with you not stunning it? With you not stunning it, right? You have to watch this and that all at once. Just a small stun grenade, how different it can be is actually crazy. Just by you chucking this one stun into tunnel, what you could do is chuck a stun and then shoulder it. Instead, what you did is you kind of shouldered it by yourself. Like right now, look at the minimap. If somebody, like if number 4 was somehow run through, which he definitely could run through, and he was playing in the tunnel, he has a free kill in you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is what we want to kind of avoid, okay? So just stuff like this. Imagine right there, I know he didn't kill you, but imagine, that, to be honest, that was a weird wallbang. But imagine if instead of wallbanging you, he was actually in that tunnel, you probably would have been dead. So can you see my point? Have any kind of questions on that so far?
No.
Yeah, but I agree, that was a really weird wallbang. I don't know where he came from, to be honest with you. So yeah, let's kind of see what happens. Yeah, I want to see a little bit more fluidity in terms of your like, I feel like when you're moving a little bit, you're kind of like, I don't know, we'll go through it in the private game after, but I feel like a lot of the times what you're doing is you're moving and then you're stopping and you're holding your trigger in. I don't feel like you're moving and kind of like crack aiming and like running a bit faster. Does that make sense? Do you think that's fair?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you do a little bit, but not as much as like right now. Again, like you see how you're kind of walking around, you're walking very slow, kind of aiming in consistently. I just want to see you be a little bit faster, get to those power spots. But yeah, so far it's not too bad. 3 versus 2. Let's kind of forward this slightly and just see what happens. So you're gonna get the bomb down, okay? I like this play. Always go for the bomb down. That's fine. You're watching tunnel, okay? Again, you got a stun grenade. So what you did right there is you used your stun grenade because you were aware of the danger, okay? So great play. I like that play. You played it safe. You chucked the stun, and that's what you need to do. So what I want you to do again is just get used to kind of consistently using your equipment like that. So good. You made a good play. You helped your teammate. And yeah, nothing to complain about there. One thing I would have said, like just potential, like danger zone is, me personally, I'm not a fan of this spot. Just like sitting right here. As soon as you get the bomb down, right? Let's kind of look at the minimap. So right now you're looking at the same spot as your teammate essentially. And what happens is, I just feel like it's a bit risky because I don't really trust this teammate on top here. And you see, as soon as he turns his arrow, my big danger now is that area there. If they come through back alley, he has a chance to win it. But to be honest, you're in a 3v1 with bomb down, like it's still very unlikely for him to win it. So it's not really a big deal there. So let's see what happens here. Okay, so you're sniping. Interesting.
Well, no, I don't think I meant to switch to this 100%, but it happened.
That's fine. I love sniping. So let's see how you play this one. I like to zoom in with the sniper just to make it a little bit easier in these gunfights. But you know, it's not a bad play because your teammates are at A and you're watching middle, but this is where it gets a bit risky. So straight away, you're going to kind of immediately react to that, which is good. Yeah, it's just a little bit chalk, to be honest. If you don't get a pick with a sniper, it's kind of like you are a little bit out of the game. So let's see how this one plays out, though. You're just thinking, oh, God, why do I have a sniper?
Yep, that's literally what I'm thinking the whole time. Like, why did I thought right I switched to the Vaz, and then
you're probably losing this round. Purely again, I think based on preparation. So carry on with your point. You switch to the Vaz and then you accidentally switch to this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, you know, sometimes you have to switch it twice. So I tried to switch it twice, but I think the round was starting. So I tried to, like, rush and switch, and I ended up being in the sniper, and it didn't work out well.
One thing I would say, just a small point, I think a lot of people use their equipment reactionary. Now, I know why you did your dead silence, but to be completely honest, it's not like a right or wrong answer, but I personally would have saved your dead silence because I think the likelihood of you clutching a 2v4 right now is 1% considering the scenario you're in. So yeah. I think it's a brave play, and I'm not going to never say don't go for the clutch. I think you still go for the clutch, but it's just like, it just feels a bit like wasted to me. Like, it's very, very unlikely for you to win that round, in my opinion, with the bomb down and 4 people left. So it's kind of like maybe just holding on to your dead silence there would have helped out. Now, don't get me wrong, there's definitely times you could have clutched that up, but I just think holding on to your dead silence is just a bit more likely for you to win the next round. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm not saying it's a right or wrong play, but now look at the next round. You've got no dead silence to work with, so you've kind of lost that round and lost your equipment. You basically lost out more than you needed to. So I feel like if you had the dead silence, you could have made a play on the next round. Yeah?
Yeah. No, I
don't get me wrong.
I think I was just thinking like, hey, if I can at least get behind him.
Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong. It's not a bad play at all. I'm just saying it's an extra option. Again, what I'm going to try to do this whole game is just give you different perspectives so that you can make your own decision. Okay, so right there, if you feel like, no, you know what, I like using my dead silence, that's absolutely fine. I'm just giving you a different perspective. Because for me personally, there's plays like that where I actually do use my dead silence and I've ended up clutching, but it's been a bit more likely. Like, it's like I have a Vaznev, it's like a 2v2 or a 2v3. In that exact moment, it was a 2v4 and the bomb was down. It's just very unlikely. That's my kind of point. But again, don't get me wrong, there's definitely times that you can use it. Now, this is where I would say, look at your minimap and you need to think about the situation a bit more, okay? So with your teammates going towards B, the only reason for you to go towards A is to serve as a distraction. I don't think you need to do that. I think what you're better off doing is, while your teammate's going towards B and like you have one player playing middle, is instead of, like, you can chuck your stun and nade over there, they're most likely going to have like 2 people here, maybe like 1 middle, maybe 1 playing like back here, something like that, right? Instead of you going all the way to A and basically risking your life, because right now they can easily collapse on you. Can you see the danger right now? Like, if they play aggressive here, they realize no one's here, they can have a 2v1. So that's a bit dangerous. So what I would have preferred you to do is basically just back off and kind of just play the off angle. I personally prefer this. If my teammates are pushing B, I love playing in this corner here. Like, my teammates could all go towards B. That way I can watch this flank and I can watch this flank, and I've literally got this whole side of the map covered. They only need to cover this area. Like, that's really good setup. So yeah, again, just kind of thought there. You've got to be very careful. You're by yourself. Now, if you die here, you've basically died across the map and your teammates are in a 4v3 with multiple angles to look at. So let's see what happens. Again, you're playing very aggressive. You see how you're going for a pick. I just don't think you need to make a pick here, make a play. But to be fair, it works out. I don't think it was a consistent play, and I personally don't think it would work out normally. But you know what? Fair play. It worked out for you. So I'm not, who am I to complain? But can you see my thought process there? Why I think it maybe isn't the best play?
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, if it works out, it works out, okay? Search and Destroy is very kind of creative. So it's not like what I say goes. It's definitely like a multi kind of, you can make so many different plays. Again, I'm just trying to give you a different angle. So I feel like right there, it worked out, but it's a very high risk play. So just be very cautious when you're playing aggressive, because if you do die here, which is very likely being by yourself, it's going to cost you. I feel like in a diamond lobby, to be honest with you, or a crimson lobby, it's probably going to be very hard for you to stay alive here, just because they spam equipment, spam nades and stuff. So that's my kind of thought process. Now, this is really weird, because I would say that if you were to lose this round at the start and you told me how you lost, I would have thought that you died and to blame you. But the fact that you got 2 kills and your teammates died on B, this is one of those rounds where you can't do anything more. You actually did more than I expected you to do, and you kind of, yeah, you actually did really well. Your teammates in a 2 versus 2 now, and yeah, okay, that was, I was just gassing you up, and then you do that. So, and let's hopefully you don't die, because I want to keep gassing you. So hopefully you don't die there. Let's see what happens, because you're gonna push through. No, it's just, yeah, I don't know what happened there. Not sure what happened there.
I don't know if I lose this gunfight. I remember this one.
Yeah.
My aim was all over the place. It's almost like a lost aim assist there.
Yeah,
I got used to it. And then...
I would say, like, against these players, right? I think these aren't the best players, and you should always be able to outposition them. Like, even right now, if you're gonna push these stairs here, right? Play prone and sit on the creddy stair head glitch, okay? If you want to, like, if you really want to push there, which I don't think is the best play, at least go prone and watch the head glitch instead of like standing here. Because what happens is there's just so many angles for him to see you. Like, the main point I'm trying to get to is, if the opponent shoulders you right here, okay? If the opponent comes through and shoulders you and he sees you, he can chuck a stun and kill you. So against any decent player that shoulders you, you're going to die. So even though you lost this gunfight, I think forget that for a second. Let's just actually talk about your position. I think if you were prone here and you let them sneak up, like run through and you get a free kill, that's a different story. But you standing here, I think it's just a bit risky. Like you said, I think the aim assist was kind of all over the place, so that was just a weird gunfight. But yeah, that's just one of those scenarios. Can you see what I mean? Like, imagine if you were staying prone right there and he didn't know you were there, he would just run at you. I don't know what this guy's doing. Like, that's such a weird gunfight to lose. So I definitely think you should be winning that. But again, I think, yeah, like you said, the aim assist was kind of all over the place. Gonna go through your teammates in a 1v2. Yeah, so I think you just pushed out slightly a bit too much there. It was a bit of a risky play. And what happened is, if you're going to make a risky play, you kind of need to get the kill. But saying that, you got 2 kills that round and your teammates trolled. So I'm not going to blame you for that round. I think that's your teammates' fault. But let's see how this one goes. Everything makes sense so far? You happy with the stuff so far?
Yeah.
Any kind of questions?
No, nothing yet.
Cool. So again, in this scenario, I think I have to compare these lobbies to higher lobbies because my goal isn't to keep you in this level. My goal is to get you to diamond, crimson and stuff. So against diamonds, crimsons, you push it like this, you're going to be dead. Like, as a fact, you're going to be naded, okay? So I think the only way you should push this consistently is if you're going to go through, like, there's a quicker route through the right where you can kind of finesse it. I've seen shots you do it, and basically you kind of hug the right corner and you somehow dolphin dive across and you miss the nades. But I think the route that you took now, if you go up against maybe better players, you're probably dead here, okay? I think the nade lands right here and you're dead. So the one time I would say push this if you've got a trophy system to support you. But right now, I think it's very, very risky. But let's see how it works out. So I'm going to go through. I like this play. I love this play so far. Great play. I can't even do that properly. So great play. Going to finesse him. Perfect. Absolutely perfect play. Go through. Very unlucky. I think it's just a little bit unfortunate with the speed. You actually got up there really quick. Like, great play. I think right here, instead of aiming, you just got to be a little bit quicker with your centering. So as you jump through, just get there as quick as possible. Can you see how you were a little bit sluggish from the jump? Like, you hit the wall, you move slightly. And what happens is, as you're sluggish, it just pulls you, like, even right there, like, when you're going through, you should have been able to see this guy here before he even got on the stairs. I don't know how he got there that quickly, to be fair. To be honest with you, he jumped over really quickly. But yeah, right now I want to say if you got that kill and then turn around, like, you see how these small little decisions is just hurting you. And then I think right here, you were kind of expecting the gunfight, but you were just a little bit too late to the action. So it's just one of those scenarios where, looking back in hindsight, you could have been slightly a bit more efficient and maybe use your equipment to clear this room. But again, very picky stuff there. I think that was unfortunate. I think you got bad timing, but you could have avoided it. Because this guy's all over the place. I don't even know how he killed you. Like, what is he using? He's using a lateral.
He's using a freaking scoped Rockman sub. I was like, what? But it was frying that game. I was like, I don't know what is going on.
But can you see how, like, sometimes, like, gunfights like that, like, they're obviously not as, like, better than you, but you're losing it down to positioning and stuff. So definitely not what we want to see. I mean, they've done the same thing. Like, these guys are annoying me how bad they are. They've done the same thing. That's how you won the last time, or you in a 1v4. What happened? Did your teammate clutch up? Fair play. He wins a 1v3. Okay, cool. But you're doing good right now on 6 kills. So let's see what you do here. Gonna go through again. Okay, your teammates are with you. So let's see if you try something different. So I like this play to look at the tunnel. Gonna go through.
So I think I hear someone here. I think that's why
Yeah. What we'll do in the private game is I want to get you a bit faster with your aim and stuff. I feel like right now you either running or you're aiming too slow. Like, it's not fluid enough. Like, if I saw your POV and I'd have to guess your rank, I wouldn't say, okay, he's in diamond, purely based on the movement and stuff. So we need to work on that aspect alone, because I think your shot's pretty good. Like, your game awareness and stuff is getting there. I think we need to work on this as a side thing, okay? So we'll do that in the private game.
Okay.
But again, I don't know if it's just search and destroy, maybe. So right now, again, I think it's decision making with speed, okay? So it's something that we need to work on because it's quite difficult, but it's not about just making the right decision. It's about making it with speed. So right now, you're in a good, not a good spot. I think you're in a bad spot, but you're in a good spot in terms of to make a play, okay? So situation wise, you're in a bad spot, you're 2v4, but you're in this scenario, you're in a pretty good position to make a play. So you're going to be sitting on this top balcony. So what my main point is, your teammate is watching this area here and you're sitting balcony. So your teammate has got this area covered. So you know that the only 2 main dangers is this area and your flank. But you're aware of that because you make the play, okay? You check it. But what I want you to do is what we spoke about before, speed. So right now, as soon as you realize your 2v4, I want you to chuck a stun straight away, okay? So chuck a stun straight away. Let's see how many seconds it takes you. 1, 2, 3. 3 seconds, okay? Now, I could bet you, okay, let's see when you, so wait, 4, 5. Let's say 4, okay, because I counted a bit quicker. Let's say 4 seconds. So let's get these guys off the map. Number 1 pushes you, okay? Number 2 pushes you, okay? He's standing here. Don't worry about the way the arrow is facing, but number 2 standing here. If you were 3 seconds quicker, where do you think you would be?
Probably barber or back alley.
Exactly.
Like all
So
the way
can you
deep
see the
back alley.
difference? Can you see the difference? Like just a small play. Instead of being there, he would have been coming out the door and you would have seen him. So look at the difference. So right now, as soon as you go through, okay, I want you to see right now, chuck a stun. Do you see your teammate there? Chuck a stun. You don't need to preempt this right now because there's 2 areas of danger. If it was a 2v1, I'll say, okay, I understand. The fact that there's a 2v4, you gotta expect them to be everywhere. So I would say chuck a stun grenade here, turn around, immediately check your back. Like even when you're checking your back right now, let's see what happens. Right now, look how quick your sentry is. I want to see you a bit more prepared for this. So like you should be expecting the danger here. And yeah, so can you see how 1 or 2 seconds makes such a big difference?
Yeah.
Because look how like he wasn't even moving fast. Like this guy was slow. Like look how slow he was. So right now, look at this. If you came off this head glitch right there, let's go back. If you did what we said and just tracked us on straight away, so it's about being a bit quicker. Look at this. You would have been there now. Now I think you're getting that kill. If you're looking over this balcony and he's looking on the bottom, you're probably getting that kill. Do you think that makes sense? Is that fair to say?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's not about, oh, my gun skill. It's literally about, okay, cool. I need to be a bit more effective, a bit more fast with my decisions, okay? So I think that's a common theme, so we need to work on speed. But don't get me wrong, I think making the right decision is half the battle. So you're doing the right decision. We just want to get you a little bit faster, which will come with time and practice. So far, you're doing a good job, especially since our last session. Your game awareness, your improvement's gone a lot better. It's just about getting a little bit faster, which I think will naturally come. Like, let's see what happens in this next round. So you're currently down. You're going to make a play. Okay, cool. So...
I'm going very slow because I don't know where they are 100%.
Okay, cool.
And I was waiting for my daddy.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I was like, all right, it's almost there. So
Yeah.
let me just play really slow, like just basically play my life almost.
Yeah, this play is very, very risky. It normally doesn't work out. It's one of those scenarios where you're kind of just hoping that they don't see you. Yeah, I would say it's just a very risky play, but it works out in that instinct. The reason why I think it's a bit risky is what I would say, right? Is if you're going to push this area, you want to hold your dead silence. And you want to just try to get to the stairs as quick as possible, because at least on those stairs you can finesse a bit more. Just where you're standing, like where you're standing here, I feel like right now you gotta remember, if somebody peeks that balcony, or like literally what we spoke about last round, right? It's actually funny because look how you're sitting. I want to show you.
I'm doing the same thing the last guy was doing.
Exactly the same thing. And we spoke about how he could kill you, right? So if we go back just right here, it's literally exact same thing. It's actually funny. So if we go through and watch the kill cam. I know we're going back. I just want to show you my point. So look at this.
Oh no, you're good.
Look, so you know that you could have killed him, right? But now if we go to this next situation, so let's see. I actually think you're standing in the exact same spot as well. So it's funny. Look at that. It's like exact same spot, right? He could easily kill you if he peeks it. So I think it's just about being a bit more careful, especially with your equipment. I think just being a bit more careful here. You got fortunate. It was good shots from you, good reaction. But right now, I feel like you kind of want to be on the stairs. I mean, personally, I'm just not a fan of flanking by yourself. I think it's just really dangerous. It works out here, but I personally don't think it's like a high value option, especially by yourself. I think it works with a teammate, but considering you did flank and I think you made a good play getting the kill and backing out. I love that play because what you're doing is you're applying pressure on them. You're making them reposition. So I'm a fan of that play once you flanked. And yeah, you know what? I'm a fan of that. It's just about, can you see the dangers of it as well though? Just to kind of go through.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So it's not about right or wrong play, just about assessing the dangers and thinking, right, how do I stop the danger? So I think one way is just being a bit more cautious, watching the top, maybe pushing with when you have dead silence only. So now it's a 1v1. Let's see how you play this with 10 seconds left. Again, you've got your equipment to work with. You're in the middle of 2 bomb sites. So in your head,
yeah, I actually use it. I remember this kill. I actually use it. I think you'll like this one.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. Imagine you die here. This is gonna be awkward. No, this is good. This is good. Let's see, did you get the kill? Great, good shots, perfect. So right there again, like even just as even improve it even more. I mean, perfect play. But what I want you to get you to a routine of is not like aiming like this, just being a bit more quick. Like right now, instead of walking around like this, like jumping around corners, just being a bit more snappy. I feel like you're a little bit too immobile, like a bit too slow. We want to get you a bit faster. So right now, great play. Just to make you even better, shoulder this area, chuck a stun there, you win that every time. But I love that play. You make him one shot, you chuck a nade over. I think it's got to be very, very careful. The one thing I would say that you could have gone wrong here is, you see right now when you push him through, against a better player, if he knows he's one shot with 4 seconds left, I'm assuming he's going to snake you and try to kill you here. So you see right here, like this play, it's a good play. It's just a little bit dangerous. Again, we're trying to be careful here because if he jumps up now, he can snake you. You see there's 1 or 2 seconds? he could have killed you. Now, because he didn't, I'm gonna say it's a good play. I like the use of equipment, definitely a lot better. And yeah, good play. I like the equipment there. But again, I'm just gonna show you all the dangers, not to be harsh on you, just so that you know, oh, what could have happened. Because I don't want you to get into a diamond lobby, get snaked, and be like, shit, I've never gone through that. Like, I didn't know you could do that.
I got you.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, good play so far though. I love the use of equipment. You assess the danger in your head. You saw him in the bomb, chucked a nade, perfect. Gotta go through middle. Okay, so you're gonna get stunned. Let's see how this one goes now. Right, so there's a quick. They're coming slowly at you. They're coming slowly at you. Okay, so you're watching the right again. You got your equipment to work with. So let's see how you work this. I like this play of the dead silence. I don't mind it. I think you're centering again though. We need to work on your centering. Like right now, look at this. So you know the dangers on your left, right?
Yep.
And that's why you're pushing it. But look at your centering. If he jumps out now, he's winning the gunfight. Okay. Just about jumping around the corner, sliding, just a bit more movement we want to add to your game. So what happens there? Because I feel like against better players, they're just not going to be as lenient. So I think you're getting away with a little bit more than you're used to here, which we want to kind of work towards. But that's a good play. I actually don't mind this play, even though you're out of the game. You're kind of just playing the late pinch. You go through. Yeah, good play. You should be able to win this one. Fair play. Good stuff. 2v1. What happens there? Did you get the kill? Perfect. Actually, a 1v1 there. Oh, okay. This is risky. This is very risky. So let's kind of see what happens there in a 1v1. Well, congratulations on the gold camera, by the way.
I'll appreciate it.
I just seen it pop up in the wrong play. So 20 seconds left there. And now you're in a 1v1. Right there. He's just got to be very careful. If you're going to play like this, the trigger discipline. Right there, you've kind of showed your cards. Just a little bit trigger discipline. Jump out the corner. This is not where you slide, okay? Have we gone through the sliding and the jumping stuff or not yet?
Yeah, I thought he was going to be... So the reason why I slid was I thought he was going to be hugging the corner because I shot.
Yeah.
I realized that I gave away my position, so I thought he was going to stand by the building and kind of wait for me to run out and shoot. So I slid to kind of break his camera.
Well, we went through the sliding,
standing
right?
more open.
Yeah, but did you say okay, so even in the sliding, remember what I said? When you slide, okay, you kind of did it. You aim towards him. I still think the sliding there is a little bit more risky than I would have liked. I prefer the jump here, just purely based on the momentum. I think sliding is a bit more when you know it's like it's a close corner where he's not got a lot of space to work with. For example, let me give you an example, right? If he's behind hedges, I would say slide, especially if you've made him weak. Sliding for me is a lot more important when they're one shot. You can definitely get the kill, and kind of when we went through when they're close angle, it works. But this one I wouldn't say is as close of an angle as we would like, because if you think about it, you're not really sliding next to the door, you're kind of sliding away from the door. So look at this. If you were to slide sideways, it's different. Look how you slide. You're sliding away, and think about it. If he was centering onto you right now, he's got a lot more sight to see, okay? So being very careful. You got away with that one, but again, being very, very careful. I think you could have won that a lot cleaner, but you won the 1v1, so fair play. But yeah, at least you iced up. I'll give you that. But yeah, just be very careful there. I think that got a little bit more scary than it needed to be. Your teammates kind of trolled, man. You guys went a 3v1, and your teammates kind of left you there. But good stuff icing up, man. That was for the game right there. So good stuff right there. That's what we want to see. Teammate goes through, perfect. This is a great spot to be in. 4v3, 3v3. Okay, perfect. This is where I want to see you look at the mini-map again and think, right, what's the danger zone? So this is where I want to see you working a bit quicker, okay? Where do you think the danger zone is right now?
Behind us and tunnel.
Perfect. So you know the danger zone. You got
because all three of us are looking in the same. We're all looking towards hedges.
This exactly. You got 3 arrows watching this way. Imagine if, I don't know what your teammate just died. Imagine if number one has dead silence. He pushes through tunnel. He goes up the stairs. He's getting 3 of you, okay? This is for the game. Round 11. Yep. We can't have any mistakes. We want to see you blocking tunnel and watching over. Like right now, look what you're watching at. Like, again, it's all about these mini decisions. So you're watching with your teammate, cool? Now you're watching with your other teammate. So unless he comes through this one door, like unless this guy comes through this one door, there's 2 of you watching this one door on the whole map. So think about how small this is as a vision. You guys are watching this one door. So you guys have essentially got this area covered, 3 of you. Where realistically, if I spoke to you before in a private game, I said, how many people do you think it takes to cover this? You would say 1. You would say 1 person in the window, that's it. Well, I would say perfect. So 1 person can watch the middle, 1 person can watch the flank, 1 person can get the bomb down. You basically have 3 people covering one way. And when there's 3 of them alive, you're playing very, very risky right now. And again, what you're doing is you're hoping for the best. And I want to get rid of the hope, and I want to get try to get more like of creating your own luck. Right now, you're going to get very lucky because no one's flanking you. So you see your teammate changes around, he turns around. So now you can watch different angles, okay? But it's all about watching over where your teammates aren't. So again, no one's really watching the flank. I want to see you pick up the flank a bit quicker. So you're doing the same thing with your aim. You're kind of constantly holding the aim. I want to see you move a bit quicker here. Like how you're kind of strafing around the map too much. I think it's a little bit too slow. So you be a bit quicker, hold the angle, and yeah, gonna go through. Okay, so now your teammate's watching that again. Mix it up. So as soon as your teammate picks one angle, watch a different angle. You don't really need to all be watching the same angle. Now, don't get me wrong. If you want, you can go between the two angles, but I think you just got to be a little bit quicker right here. So even here, can you see how you're transitioning so slowly?
Yeah.
Like from here, like, okay, now while no one's looking at the tunnel, like these 1, 2, 3, like those 3 seconds are quite crucial. Like they could have easily made a play, push through any information you're gathering. You're just taking too long to react to. Now you're probably going to win this round, but I'm just trying to get you prepared for like, just to be a bit faster. So let's see what happens.
Okay.
So where does he? Okay, so there you go. He kills your teammate there. So yeah, I think you're in a good spot right now. 15 seconds left. You basically won the round here. So I don't think you need to do anything different. Yeah, perfect. Okay, cool. I mean, it was good gameplay. You did really well. You got 11 kills. I still think there was small things you could have improved on. But in terms of overall game, I think it was really good. I'm really impressed with it. Nothing really to complain about. It was just a small changes. Because if you look at the skill level of your opponents, they're the same level, if not lower level. So I think if you're going to go up against people that have a slightly higher skill to you, or maybe like a higher rank, that's when you might face some of the issues that we kind of went through. Do you have any questions on the gameplay?
No.
Perfect. Okay, cool. What we'll do is we'll jump into the private game now. I'm going to end the YouTube session there, but thank you so much for that. It was great working with you again. Yeah, the YouTube, thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys in the next video, and yeah, see you guys then. Peace.